Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account and we are continuing looking at the Abyssal Expedition, guys. Now officially we are about 25 hours in. So you can see at this point we are already at Earl, have a pretty good title in there, on our way to go to Marquise, but we have gotten to the point of getting 35 of our 35, which is what you want to do, guys. Now the goal right now is actually pushing up this number significantly so we can continue through here to push Essence. And overall, not super difficult to take tier 5s at this point, even not super difficult to take tier 6s. And then, of course, the tier 7s are kind of right on point, which it is relatively early in the Abyssal Expedition. Remember to pull tier 7s. Now, the ultimate goal is getting your essence up to about 11, 12, maybe even 13K an hour, just because based on this map, guys, you have an incredible amount of area to cover. So when you're going through here, there is never a really lack of real estate to pull within here. Even when you're starting to get a little bit further up in the ocean map, there again is a lot of content through here. Even going all the way through this ocean, every single tile going through here is T6s. Getting in here, you're looking at tier 6s. I believe these are 7s. So again, looking at the progression and looking at going through here, there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be maxed out with that essence at that point, just to make sure you're maximizing your damage. All right, guys, so let's go over, look at one more guide that we have that just came up. I want to cover it in depth so you can really start through the build and also progress through the Abyssal Expedition. All right, guys, so incredible enough, you can see Abyssal Guide Season 9. This was shared from Pogo over on Discord. And it's kind of interesting because looking over on this right side, I know it's a little bit hard to read. I couldn't find a clearer picture, but you can see optimal event timelines. Day 1, get 2,700, which is your essence per hour. Get to Squire, get to Baron. Players have already blown this out of the water, guys. Again, we are already to Viscount within the first 24 hours. First gate boss was down. A lot of players have also already killed the second gate boss. Some have already gotten to the third gate boss, which again is kind of crazy. Looking where my essence are, we're already maxed out for day 2. So I believe this is literally just getting into day 2. We had a couple guilds that killed the gate boss within about the first 2 hours of playing, which again is kind of crazy. So we want to get the frame. Don't attack the gate boss. Don't attack the final boss unless indicated. Log in at the start of the event. That is huge, because you could actually get it, pathing for success, get to 11K essence per hour ASAP. Tier 7s, I'm getting 7 tier 7s, getting 14 tier 6s, which again, we're at the point of 24 hours in. The tier 6s are relatively easy. Tier 7s you can definitely do as well. The rest of those will be tier 5s at this point. Don't get tier 8s unless specified. Wait until the moment to max relics. This is really one of the very, very big thing, guys. Is when you're going through here and making progression, maximizing the relics or building out those relics are going to help you take those tier 6s and tier 7s. I don't wait for the lucky drop. You want to go kind of with a guaranteed thing in here. So starting to farm, this is the combination that we used. I used Alna with Brutus in here. If your Alna Brutus is not strong enough, you can put Peanut in here. If not, you can start the Eins comp, which again, a lot of players have gotten. Most players can get tier 3s from the beginning. Then, of course, when it comes to the beast, save the stamina for the final bosses. That is right, guys. Don't use the beast at all until you get to that final level. Now, farming options. Once you start getting in here, 2 farming comps, mix and match based on your roster. So right here, we have 3 heroes and actually 3 different sets of heroes. There are some extra tanks in here, but you can see Brutus, Eins, and the Awakened version of Baden are strong farmers. Same with these 2 over here. Awakened Brutus and Awakened Baden are used for the warrior path. We did go warrior path in here, and then extra warrior as Rem. Rem we know has been in a lot of comps. It seems like Rem is going to be the absolute broken outshining hero within this Abyssal Expedition, which is really cool to see. So boss comp option 1, 2, and 3, running it straight through, guys, depending on what you're running. Right here is running tank support. You can see this one is running warrior support. That is what we are doing. For the third one, you're going to go either tank or warrior, depending on the builds that you do have within here. Now, of course, Belinda, Anasta being huge in here, the Warriors, Zorath, the Warrior, and then, of course, Ranger. Now, remember, with our Soul Relic, you will always have one hero in here that you can utilize that are kind of outside the spec. For instance, Team A, you'd want that Soul Relic right there on the Awakened version of Belinda. Team B, if you are going the tank spec, you would want it at Anasta. Here you would want it right there on Zorath, and then Raku, depending again on the team comps that you're building within here. If you're going with this Ranger spec, the exact same, or excuse me, the Warrior spec, it's going to be Belinda, Grez, of course, the tank. It's going to be our Ranger and then our tank for Raku and Mishka. Because of where your relics are, you'll see the recommended relic path. 5.1, 4.3, then 5.6, 5.5, then 5.3, guys. So this is going to be a bonus. Now, along the way, you will build all the relics to 3, then you'll build all the relics to 4, but primarily get your primary spec, even if you went Ranger, even if you went Mage, make sure you're pushing your primary spec that you are in here. So for instance, my Warrior spec, I'm going to go to 5.1. We're going to build it all the way to 5.1 before I start focusing up to the tree. Now, essentially, this will cap, I believe, at 5, that I will not be able to progress without getting this secondary tree, all of the secondary trees up to 3. And then we'll continue to 5.1, focus on the support tree, then move back to the Warrior tree and continue our progression within there. Now, complementary boss comps. These are boss comps that work incredibly well in formations as either duos or trios, guys. These are why we've built these in. And when you start opening new slots into the Abyssal Expedition, these are the point you're going to build them in. So you can see we have support, we have Warrior, and we have the Awakened version of Thane. Thane, of course, is going to get the Soul Relic in this combination. Same with this one. We have Brutus, we have Peanut, and then we do have Drez. Drez is going to be the one to get the Soul Relic in here. Then we have down here, if you're running tank with Anasta, then Scarlet would get the Soul Relic. Because again, we're not building Ranger, we're not building Mage. In here, the exact same. So we have Warrior, and then we have Tank. Tank, of course, takes a priority with the Relic. And then here we have Tank, we have Warrior, and we have Mage. Mage, of course, with Scarlet, again, taking that Relic. Isolde and Baden. Baden gets the Relic. We're here looking at Silas and Drez. Again, Drez gets it. And then, of course, Solo running Vathil in here, which works incredibly well. Now, looking at all the team comps, guys, this will break out all 5. So if you're running 4 team comps, some of the 3s, some of the 2s. There are also quite a few that we showed in that last guide that are running a lot of single target damage dealers in there. But overall, guys, La Orden, I believe that is the guild that this is from, shared over on Discord from Pogo. Looks really, really solid. But again, it seems like this timeline might be a little bit off just because of the pace and the frequency that players have been moving through the Abyssal Expedition. So for this one, I will put a link down to the guide below so you guys can check it out. But like I was saying, when you look at the leaderboard, guys, you can see the first 5 militias to defeat the reviled captain has been done. The Wailing Widow has been done. They're in the Frozen Terror or the Devourer of Flames right now, which I believe is not the boss down here. This boss has already again been killed. But that brings it to the next gate boss, which again, a lot of players are kind of sitting at, just waiting to really stack up and do the damage on this boss, which again, it's kind of incredible. 24 hours in, we already have the first boss down, second boss down. They're sitting at the third boss, which you can see right here. 1, 2, 3. 3 guilds have already killed the third boss, which means they just have the final boss left. So again, making an absolute incredible amount of essence or progression within the Abyssal Expedition. You can get to the very last boss on the pretty much the first day. We're 25 hours in right now. It's exceptionally well planned, guys, to get through there. All right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.